educated nation is a successful nation. Robert Menzies, former Australian Prime Minister, lived by this statement. But what is an educated nation? Well, an education is defined as the process of receiving or giving systematic instruction, especially at a school or university. And a nation is defined as a large body of people united by common descent, history, culture, or language, inhabiting a particular country or territory. Therefore, an educated nation is simply a country with educated inhabitants. Menzies believed the goal of education was to give each student a general knowledge of the world, in addition to a specialist knowledge of their chosen field of study. In 1929, he told the Victorian Parliament, "If we regard education as a preparation for life, as a preparation for citizenship, then I am all in favour of an unspecialised education to the age of 15 years, and if we can afford it, to the age of 16 years. Menzies believed that education should generate in every student more than just a technical efficiency that will enable them to earn a living, much like in tertiary education. The first function of education is to produce a good man and a good citizen. Its second function is to produce a good carpenter and good lawyer. Menzies went on to say that the good carpenter or good lawyer would be all better at their respective crafts if the humanities education could furnish them with the civilized point of view. Furthermore, there are two vital components of any successful nation, which are the health and happiness of its citizens. A country may be wealthy and powerful, but if its citizens live short or unhappy lives, is it still counted as successful? Menzies stated, "We are a friendly people. We are not stuffy. We are not consumed by snobberies of class or some of this nonsense that has beset some of the older countries of the world. You are in an essentially democratic country, where every man has a chance to stand on his own feet, and every woman, and to be taken at his or her own true value by other people. Nothing is better than that. To be free, to feel that there is no shadow over you, to feel that there is none of the paraphernalia of dictatorship in this country, that we are, in the truest sense, a friendly community, a brotherhood and a sisterhood of people." Menzies strongly believed, for success in a nation, that education is key. Menzies was awarded a scholarship to Wesley College when he attended school. This set him up for life and led him to achieve great things. Menzies gained top marks in the English and history examinations and won one of 25 exhibitions awarded by state for university study. The previous government, the Morrison government, made university fees higher for art subjects, while Menzies rejected the notion that disciplines of English literature, history, or philosophy which could be discarded as useless learning, and went on to state that they were indispensable to building well-rounded and cultured citizens, and if such disciplines could complement the necessary training for their trades and professions. This poses the question, are universities only technical institutions, or do they also preserve pure learning, bringing with it not only riches for the imagination, but also a comparative sense for the mind, and ultimately to what we so desperately need, the acknowledgement of values that are not so purely materialistic? Menzies articulated what he believed to be the university's sevenfold goal in a speech he gave at Canberra University College in 1939. Firstly, as its original medieval function, the university was to be the home of pure culture and learning, with its propensity to undervalue the classical and disciplines for lack of profitability and utilitarianism, which would be checked by university education. Secondly, a university would provide the great and relatively modern function of the academy, which Menzies served as a training school for the professions. Thirdly, by encouraging the mutuality between the theory and the practice of one's vocation, the university would serve as a liaison between the academician and the good practical man. Fourthly, the study must be conducted at the institution and must be pursued with infinite patience, precise observation, and unclouded honesty. Fifthly, the university needed to be a trainer of character. By pursuing higher education would not only broaden one's thinking, but also develop one's character. And finally, the university must be a training ground for leaders, where the benefits of a higher education inspire students to have responsibility to their community, the custodian of mental liberty and the unfettered search for truth was something that universities ought to be. As a student of Wesley College, our school motto is constantly reinforced: dare to be wise. And with the view of an educated nation is a successful nation, this is Menzies' own way of reinforcing the use of humanities to enable and understand the human condition. Thank you.